Yeah, the dentist offices are open.
Takes a little of the
get the kids in.
Yeah,
they're not at school.
No, that was the thinking. Regretting it now, but that was the thinking.
That's how you do it.
Because it's tough. Sometimes, usually we got to take them out, or they miss a class, or.
The college kids, I think, have to go back to college tomorrow. They were in college at some point last November, maybe. I don't know. They've had a break.
Tonight, the national championship game in college football between Indiana and Miami, right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. So the football's not over. The football ain't over.
Speaking of class in football,
Right.
How about the Carson Beck clip from the weekend? Did you see that one?
Well, he graduated a couple years ago.
I don't have any class.
Right. I think if we investigated, we'll find out that many a star quarterback perhaps didn't spend a large amount of time.
The transfers, especially if you've been in school for
classroom.
5 or 6 years. Yeah. I think they make you be enrolled in something to be a college student. Don't think he's contributing to the APR.
Well, the NFL action was wild and crazy for the divisional round weekend.
Have you enjoyed this football without the Chiefs in it or not? We talked a couple weeks ago. You're like, it's
no. I've enjoyed the football, but I don't like it.
Okay,
better without the Chiefs.
Not better.
I've enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to fabricate some enthusiasm for
this title game.
The title game champion, because I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like I do not enjoy watching the Denver Broncos whatsoever.
But you haven't seen the Jarrett Stidham Denver Broncos.
I don't. I don't like the Patriots. They're fine. I
have a hard time. I like Mike Vrabel more.
Yeah.
I think I like Drake May more than certainly I like Tom Brady when he was a Patriot. But it's still it's the memories that I don't like.
I don't really ever watch the Seahawks. I mean, I watch them, but I don't.
They're pretty fun.
I'm very neutral.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care either way. The Rams are always a good watch.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching the Rams offense.
Seahawks games have been great this year.
That's fine, but there's no juice in these matchups for me.
Yeah.
Like the juice, it would have been
to see if Josh Allen makes the Super Bowl would have been some juice.
Like the Bills would have been more exciting to watch. I would have been obviously more excited to watch the Bears.
Yeah.
I didn't, the Niners and the Seahawks. I told you game was going to be a dog.
Yeah.
And that was a dog. That was unwatchable. And then I would have preferred to see Houston than the Patriots.
Yeah.
Patriots, Broncos.
I've seen that.
New versions of those teams that we've seen, been there, done that.
This must be how the league has felt for the last little bit about Chiefs and whoever. But
those championship games were exciting matchups, marquee matchups between quarterbacks.
Yeah, this is
I don't think the league had any problem with Mahomes, Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar, Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Actually what they want.
I'm sorry. Bad Leabo. You do not put those in the same boat as Drake May, Jarrett Stidham.
Stidham's ready.
No. I think the NFL was just fine with those
I'm not talking about
matchups.
the NFL. I'm talking about some people were just sick of them, But
yeah. I think, look,
those numbers were huge.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching Buffalo and Denver. I was hate watching.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
wanted Buffalo to beat Denver. And
we'll see if Drake May is this. Maybe this is Drake May is going to be a star, and this will be the beginning.
But I think there was plenty of people that either were rooting for the Chiefs or rooting for anyone to beat the Chiefs.
Exactly.
All those matchups had juice.
Sure.
My point is,
the injury to Bo Nix took a lot of juice out of this.
That would have been more compelling.
Yes.
Wow, look at these 2 second-year quarterbacks battling to see who goes to the playoffs. And who knows? Denver could still win. You never know. But there's not a whole lot of juice for me in that matchup. And I agree. I think that Seahawks and Rams will be an entertaining watch, but I just, for me personally,
it's just not.
I would have had a lot more excitement to watch an upstart team like the Bears, who were always in exciting games. I think the Rams are too, but I don't know. I don't know why. There's certain teams I gravitate towards, or certain teams I enjoy watching, and there's certain teams when I see like, oh, the Rams are on.
Yeah.
Oh, the Seahawks are on.
Yeah.
I mean, I never. Yeah, it's not my
That'd
destination.
be a great scene up there. Seattle fans are great. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And they've played really 2 wild games this year, so that part will be fun.
I'm very, very happy for Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker.
That's right.
Who hit the game-winning field goal for the Rams, because you miss a field goal like that, then you could end up being remembered for that.
Yeah.
And look, he hit some big kicks at Mizzou, but he also, his problems were never for the 54-yarder.
The closer it got,
or the
more dicey it got. I was like, don't get too close for this kid.
Right. Like, I remember the chip shot against Auburn at Auburn.
Yeah.
That would have given them a win at
that was
at the end of the game, and he missed it. And so there was at least
I prefer to remember the 60-yarder or whatever against K-State than
but there was just a little bit like, oh boy, is he going to make this? I'm glad that he did.
It's never been a thicker pressure moment to send the Rams to the championship game. Mavis from 42 online, and it's good.
That Auburn kick was beautiful, sunny day. I mean, this was tough conditions.
No, they set it up right at the goal line. Kneeling on the ball, giving him it was like an extra point. Yes, and he hit a 61-yarder to beat K-State, which is
in tough conditions too.
I did not feel like making anyone mad last night.
Why?
But I almost posted, the last time Mevis hit a kick this big, I ran into the ocean. And I did.
You did.
Because I was down in Jacksonville watching that game in the hotel room, jumping up and down, and then went down. I told Susan, I said,
running into
they win this. Well, I had any anticipation he'd make that kick. I said, if they win this game, I'm going to go jump in the ocean, even though there's riptide warnings.
You don't care.
Sandy saw it all.
You're not scared. Not scared.
I was not going to run into the ocean last night. I wish I would have been around an ocean, which meant the weather would be better.
The amazing part about these games this weekend is every team that lost was minus 2, 3, maybe 4 in turnovers. But a couple of the closer games that the teams lost, they very easily could have won and still been minus in turnovers. They just could not get the game. I mean, Josh Allen throwing the ball around on the ground, and they still had a chance to win the game. Caleb Williams throwing a couple of picks, still got the ball at the in overtime after the Rams got the ball, had a good chance to win the game. C.J. Stroud, that game was still kind of a game till near the end, and he just did not want to have the football in his hands.
I would have benched him at halftime for Davis Mills.
I think I was there, but they're in a really interesting spot now. They believe in their guy. They said all the things after the game.
How can you after that game, though?
But this is the time after your third year where you start thinking about extensions.
Nope.
I mean, I agree with you.
No. So
he hasn't regressed. That wasn't just like he's been fantastic and then took a step back in that game. He's regressed since his rookie year.
He's not been the reason they are where they are.
And also in that game, in that you do have a guy who went 3-0. And in his 3 starts, he threw 5 touchdowns, but only had 1 interception in 3 games. And at that point, you needed some kind of boost.
Stability.
You needed something. Well, just, a spark off. You had to do something to change the course of that game, what they were doing offensively. Their defense, of course, was terrific, but it was difficult to watch. He was god-awful.
Yeah.
He was horrific.
But that Marks fumble was the backbreaker.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the worst turnover
the ball down there
of the Texans that they had, of the 5 turnovers.
Yeah, it wasn't just him.
That was the backbreaker.
If you throw 4 interceptions in the first half, you've done your work.
Right,
but that was inside the 10, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, they were knocking on the door. They're going to cut it to 1 possession, but you do not extend him. Just see Tua, right? I mean, look what the Dolphins did.
Well, there's no reason to right now.
Right, you just give him his 5th year.
Yeah.
And then if he performs awesome in his 5th year, then you just franchise tag him.
But sometimes you don't have a reasonable option to go to off the bench. And they had a reasonable option.
Yeah.
A guy that went 3-0 as a starter. They know they can win with him.
Would have been pretty wild if they did that.
But on that, did what?
But we were all thinking it.
Right.
We were all thinking it.
Well, they didn't do it, and now
they
can wonder what could have happened. These coaches, boy, they want to be bold and go for it on fourth down all the time and it's not kick field goals, but now they can kick good. They were loyal to C.J. Stroud. Now they can be loyal to him all offseason. And stop worrying about hurting someone's feelings. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs.
On the road.
You got
a guy playing like garbage.
What people need to understand, and I think Buffalo and Josh Allen is understanding this, just because you get close, doesn't mean you're going to break through. For a team or for a quarterback. We saw the Chiefs for years and years. We just assumed, sure, they're going to get to the Super Bowl at some point with Marty Schottenheimer and this great, Derek Thomas and Neil Smith. This team's too good to be denied. And they kept, what did they always say? You just keep, knocking at the door. And at some point you're going to break it. Just get us in the tournament.
Yeah.
And it just never happened. And now, here was this great opportunity for Josh Allen to stop comparing him to Patrick Mahomes now. No one gets the right to do that anymore. All right? Stop. You can stop that. The officiating in that game was very questionable, but Josh Allen had multiple gigantic turnovers.
He literally just threw the ball on the ground and gave them 3 points at the end of the half.
Okay? And so he did not play up to his standard, and he did not take advantage of the opportunity that was in front of him. And the opportunity in front of him was to finally get to the Super Bowl. Could he make it another year? Could he make it down the road? Sure, he could. But you can't. You
just don't get that many opportunities.
You can't just assume it anymore.
Yeah.
And another thing, stop with the big four. Okay? Lamar Jackson is not part of a big four. Josh Allen he doesn't go to the Super Bowl. And people keep Joe Burrow. He doesn't even go to the playoffs anymore. His team doesn't go to the playoffs
anymore. He's only been twice.
Right, well, he doesn't go. They don't go.
They don't go.
And so again, I get it. Mahomes
big one.
Tore his ACL, and they missed the playoffs this year. But you don't get to mention any of those other also-rans with Patrick Mahomes and his 3 rings. That's the Chiefs almost made it look too easy to get to the championship game and to get to the Super Bowl and to win championships. And I hope that's a reminder to a lot of people out there how blessed and how lucky we've been to watch this team since Patrick Mahomes took over at quarterback. And every year they for sure win at least one playoff game. Never, one and done. Never out in the divisional round. Always, this was a bitter disappointment this year that they didn't make it. But watching these playoffs again puts that in perspective, how difficult it is what they did over the past 7 years, going to championship game after championship game, and how easy they made it look. And for a lot of it, I think, we ended up taking it for granted. Now we won't. At least I won't.
Better not.
After missing out on the whole thing, but I mean, tell you, Sean McDermott calling the media up in the press box from down the locker room, and then from the team plane calling reporters, and just it's when Buffalo loses, boy, they blame everyone and everything under the sun. They want to get rules changed. The coping is they're going through it right now, man. Now, hey,
for sure.
Josh Allen got in front of the podium crying and said that it was his fault. He let his team down. Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
You did.
Yeah.
But
they didn't get help from the refs, but whatever. You should have been in that situation.
That doesn't absolve the officials from being inconsistent and uneven all
the
weekend
officiating
long,
is a disaster.
But
there always just seems to be something we've never seen before. It just keeps popping up, man.
And like
you watch enough football, you think you've seen it all.
There was that play late with Devontae Adams that was so similar to what happened with the catch that wasn't, with Brandon Cooks from the Denver game.
Yeah.
And when it happened with the Bears taking the ball out of Devontae Adams, I go, I know it's not perfect. It's not exactly the same. I go, so now what are they going to do? Because right now I really don't know. Is that a catch? Or are they going to give that to the Bears? But I think the NFL, and maybe they like it because they want the discussion points, they have to figure some things out. Because it's just too much of a gray area. And when you have something like that decides a football game, And don't get it twisted. That decided the football game, because if that's a catch to Cooks, they're right there, and they still have an opportunity to pick up more yards to kick a game-winning field goal. That game's about to be over in Buffalo's favor. But when you have a play like that is so important, so pivotal, and everyone watching the game is split. Oh, that of course that's a catch. Oh, no, there's no way that's a catch. Former players, analysts, beat writers, fans, when nobody knows, maybe they're we love this. We'll dominate the conversation. But I don't think that's good when no one really knows. And then the next day there's a play that's similar, like, how's that different? What's, let me ask you guys this. When it happened, and we're jumping around here, but so many things happened this weekend, the Buffalo game in overtime with Denver, on that catch/interception, was called an interception, when you saw it, what did you think it was?
Well, we watched it live, I thought he caught the ball, but when the other guy had the ball at the end and they showed just two replays, I'm like, I guess it has to be an interception because he never really possessed the ball. The ball never hit the ground. You can't call it incomplete because the ball never hit the ground. So as much as I didn't like it because I don't want Denver to win, I was kind of like, well, if I put myself in a position of that was my team, I go, well, that's an interception. If I'm the defensive team.
Depends on who you're rooting for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where it was with me.
Yeah.
But I had to finally admit, it's like, I don't know how you can say he really caught the ball.
Yeah, he didn't establish possession.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was an
when's the
interception.
guy down?
Well, that's different on different parts of the field and what he's doing, and that's the hard part of it.
Right.
If he's running, if he was running with the ball and he wasn't catching the ball, he's down because his knee hit the ground. But it was all happening simultaneously, trying to catch the ball.
So then why was the Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams one was a little bit different because they were kind of stood up. But when did the whistle get blown? I don't know.
And I thought you could see that he had possession and then his knee touched. And I think that's the difference between.
It was a football move.
Right. That's the difference between the Cooks and the Adams.
I thought Cooks had position, his knee touched, but then he didn't.
Yeah,
the ball was
that's
still
completing
moving,
the catch.
though.
That's the thing. I mean, we could argue, and I don't argue about this.
Well, I'm not arguing
big,
about
strong
it. I just don't
either
know,
way, but by the way,
letter of the law.
The letter of the law, it's whenever you determine possession is. He had the ball in his hands, but everything's different. Like if you were running 80 yards, and you fell down, and they treat that differently than if you're trying to catch the ball. You can fall out of bounds and drop the ball when you're running, but God forbid you
don't
dive to catch the ball and you roll around 6 times, the ball falls out.
Like if you're running and trying to get the ball across the into the end zone, and you reach it across and it breaks the plane, but then someone
you
slaps
drop
it
the
out of your
ball.
hand.
Touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah, not a fumble.
But if you catch it, you put 2 feet down, and then you get a knee down, but then you fall down and you don't survive the
Slaps
ground,
it out of
then it's I don't know.
I'd like to be in these competition meetings and see how these discussions go.
Yeah, but Sean McDermott just melted down. Now, first of all,
listen,
I
Sean
think
McDermott.
he's in protect my job mode.
Absolutely.
Let me stand up for Buffalo.
Yes,
Let me,
he is.
But it was a really interesting article Tim Graham wrote at The Athletic into everything that went on in the locker room, and he said this, Buffalo, they've had experience with some devastated locker rooms and horrible losses.
Yes.
And they said
It's had to
Tim
be.
Graham said this was not unlike anything else.
Had to be the worst.
And that's saying something.
Yeah.
Oh,
they got
a couple of championship game losses.
They've been 13
they had a 13
second.
second, but he said this was something different.
Because it's just they're piling up.
And McDermott just was like it's like it broke him.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you heard? You've covered sports forever. 40 years, 50.
Yeah.
You ever heard of a head coach after the game being so pissed off about a call, he called up to the press box and then he called reporters from the plane?
No. I have not.
I mean, I don't even know what I think about it. This is wild. Like this guy is.
There were some wild things happening.
I think
how
that's
about another wild
ridiculous
thing
is what
happen?
I think of it.
How about a wild thing happen? Like let's say you're out there covering that game and you're covering the Broncos, and you you're live on the air, you're filing your stories, you're doing all these things, and everything happens, and then all of a sudden, go back to the press room. Coach Payton's coming back. He's going to tell the Bo Nix is out.
You're celebrating a 33-30 victory.
How would we have found out about that in Kansas City? Would we have been called back down, or would they have gotten that to us later? I don't even know.
It would have been tweeted out later.
I was Adam Rappaport.
I was watching, we were
Rappaport.
What we were doing.
Adam Rappaport.
But
That's funny.
where was I? Oh, that's right.
You turned off. You were like,
we went up to Thirsty Bull because Dolowai was playing to go we went to see Richie, and I waited and watched that game, then hurried up, got dressed, and went. And so we're there, ordered drink, and I'm looking at my phone, and I see something on Facebook where you can't trust Facebook, but it said,
Bo Nix
out for the year, but it didn't look, the graphic didn't look real. That's stupid. Someone, and then it says, Sean Payton says, fractured ankle.
Double press conference, different clothes, everything.
I go to X because I just watched the game and I didn't see him get hurt. I didn't know, and I'm scrolling, and then like real accounts, and then I see
the clip
video of Sean Payton. I'm thinking, is this AI? Are they and there's the trouble with AI. You don't know. Is that really him?
Who knows? It's a deep fake.
And I go, are you real live? Are you effing shit? Like the waitress turned around. I go, no. It's, the drink's right. You're good.
Where's my vodka?
I said, I think my friend Anthony was like, Bo Nix is out for the year. He broke it. I go, you win. When did that happen?
Some point
in the celebration?
Yeah.
They said the second to last play, but
and it wasn't really the second last because there was a kneel down, so people had to go back and find it. Yeah, and
so I'm looking back. You're on the kneel down?
Yeah.
But that was so can you imagine that experience?
Wow.
If you're leaving the stadium and you just watch the Broncos beat the Bills.
And you probably listen to the press conference live because you're a fan, and there's no mention of it.
You're out there getting hammered,
there's no mention of it or anything.
Right. And you don't know.
You're
and
done.
Then someone calls or texts you about, and you're like, no, I was at the game. No, you didn't. You liar. And then you find out your quarterback is out next week for the championship game.
Steady.
So the Broncos and Bills, that was incredible. Broncos win 33-0 or 33-30. In overtime, the 49ers and Seahawks 41-6, unwatchable.
The game was over at the kickoff.
That's right.
Patriots and Texans. Patriots win 28-16. It's really hard to wrap your head around how awful C.J. Stroud was because you just look at the interceptions, and if you didn't watch the game, if you just saw the box score, you wouldn't be able to truly understand how awful some of the other passes were that didn't get intercepted.
Yeah.
Where there was a stretch where he had totally lost his confidence. He's throwing the ball at people's feet.
Short arm.
He's unsure. He does, and that's when I got to the point where, man, they got to at least see something with that long neck Davis Mills. Let him stick his neck out there and try to win this game.
Put your neck on the line.
And then the Rams and Bears was terrific drama.
It was pretty rough when your quarterback rating's 28. And your QBR is 21.
And
you did everything bad.
I just posted, at what point do you bench him and bring in Mills? How bad did it have to get?
Well, it didn't get there.
I mean, would 5 interceptions have been enough?
Yeah, I think if you thrown one more, and
that's the thing. Like Drake May, that's why I like QBR. Drake May didn't play well.
Nope.
His quarterback rating was 100. His QBR was 20.8. It was worse than.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had
Stroud's
3 fumbles.
He fumbled the ball.
So 2 fumbles and an interception.
Yeah.
3 turnovers.
Fun football, though.
Well, there's your championship games.
Wah.
Broncos and the Patriots and the Rams and the Seahawks. All right. I'm sure I can't remember.
Go NFC.
Being.
It's like 2013 or something is what it is. That's what we're dealing with here.
I mean, I can't remember a couple of championship games that I'm less excited to watch. I watch them and everything else.
You're damn right you'll watch them. You listen to them on the radio.
Yeah.
When you're driving around, you'll bet on them. You'll do everything.
And I do feel bad for Bo Nix. That's terrible. That's awful. Guy works his ass off. He gets his team into the championship game, and then he can't go because he breaks his ankle.
It would be wild. What if Sam Darnold makes a Super Bowl?
That'd be great.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What a dude. Hanging
Sure.
around. I'm rooting for them for sure. No Rams.
Yeah, I'm just going to let these games play out.
That'd be my favorite team this weekend. Is the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'll root for Sam. I'm a big Sam Darnold guy.
Yeah.
I'll root for the Seahawks. But you know what? It's like as long as the Broncos or the Patriots don't win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
It's like whoever wins the NFC win it all. I don't need to see that.
Jared Stidham.
Well,
Stiddy.
He has thrown a pass this year, so he'll be ready.
Yeah.
we were just talking about him.
Remember he played against the Chiefs a few years
Yeah,
ago.
we were just talking about him.
He played
All
against the
right.
Chiefs a couple times. He played finished a game with the Chiefs Patriots back in the day.
We will, and we didn't even mention that fourth down touchdown from Caleb
We'll
Williams,
get to that.
where he went back 26 yards in the pocket and threw it 51 yards in the air.
Exactly like you want to do.
It's unbelievable. And even more unbelievable, the interception. You know?
Why?
Yeah.
Dumb football going on this weekend.
Yeah, well,
Dumb.
We'll take a break. Back after this on WHB. Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, man, that was some bizarre stuff with Sean McDermott contacting the media a couple of times. Even from the plane, he was so pissed off about the call of what he says was a catch by Brandon Cooks that was ruled an interception by Jaquan McMillan.
It's embarrassing.
Grasping at straws.
Well,
Jay Skursky, who covers the team, said, "That was as crushed a locker room as I've ever been around, and I've seen some tough playoff losses. Sean McDermott calling me from the team plane to stress that the Cooks play was a catch is so unusual, it probably won't happen again in my career."
Well, not now.
I mean, I can't imagine it's ever happened before. I mean, I've never heard anything.
Did you get the phone out of the back of the seat headrest?
Cell phones work on planes.
They work on their planes for sure. Yeah. It was just like, wow, man.
Is Jake right? Is that embarrassing?
I think it is. I mean, I think. It's over. I get that you're standing up for. We said he's standing up for Buffalo.
Right.
Right. You don't want to just lay over, and curl up, and take it. Right.
You know what I'm doing here? I'm trying to stand up for Buffalo.
Save my stand up.
Trying to protect. Right. Hello.
Listen, McDermott is a fine coach. He's got a great quarterback who has basically made his career for him. But his quarterback has not been able, the quarterback-coach combination has not been able to get them to where they need to be. I'm telling you, if Sean McDermott didn't kick the ball deep in the 13-second game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't think the Chiefs win that game.
No chance.
I cannot believe he kicked the ball deep. I was sitting in the press box, but you squibbed this kick, right?
I'll never forget that moment.
You squibbed this kick because there's some seconds will do something.
I got up. I was so pissed. I got up off the couch, walked to my kitchen, and then I heard it and they kick it out of the back of the end. I'm like, what?
What?
I'm like, hold on a minute. I need to go sit back down because they may have just blown this.
And
you let the door open.
I can't remember the years. Last year was the fourth down play or whatever where they didn't get the ball against the Chiefs. The sneak, was that last year?
The tush push.
Mm-hmm.
And they're mad about that.
Yep.
They're mad about the rules of overtime.
Mm-hmm.
In the 13-second game. Now,
you have to understand, every year if they lose in the playoffs,
the Chiefs were mad about the overtime rules the year before.
That's fine. But Buffalo has established this.
Yes.
If they lose in the playoffs, there's some type of rule that needs to be changed.
Well, here's my comparison. Dan Reeves could not win with John Elway.
Yeah.
Mike Shanahan came in and they won.
They found a way.
Right. McDermott's Dan Reeves. He's a fine coach.
Yeah.
He was a fine coach. When
Dan Reeves and Elway went to Super Bowls.
They did go.
Yeah, but they couldn't win it.
Right, but there's kind of a gap there. They don't even get to.
That's a good point.
Super Bowl.
All right, I'll hear that.
Yeah.
I'll hear that.
Yeah, and it probably.
Right, I mean that we talk about not winning a championship. They can't even get to a
that's
Super
a good
Bowl.
point. In my mind is like John.
But
Elway,
I get you.
Yeah. John Elway couldn't win the championship with Dan Reeves, and they had to go a different direction.
Listen, there have been some great quarterbacks in the last, especially 20 years, who just haven't been able to get through as much as they should because
Tyler Thigpen.
No, yes. I mean, listen,
Tyler
Aaron Rodgers made one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, they were the one seed. They had many chances to do better in Green Bay. They never made it back. And eventually, you either get rid of the coach, you get rid of the quarterback. They got rid of both in different times. One wasn't going to get it done here or there. And listen, Lamar Jackson hasn't made a Super Bowl. They got rid of the coach. We'll see if someone else can get him through. I don't know. I don't think Sean McDermott's going to get fired here. I don't know. This doesn't seem like the year to Go fire someone. John Harbaugh already took a job. Did he sign the papers?
Yeah, he signed.
He signed?
Yeah,
Can
they
he
got
get out?
No, they got that paperwork done like an hour before the Broncos game.
We're getting this done?
Yeah, we better get this
Now, of course,
done.
Didn't a Duke quarterback sign some papers and now he's going to go to Miami? I don't know. Is anything real
I think
anymore?
it's a little different.
Bill Belichick took a job once.
Yeah.
He took it back.
Yeah.
You see that deal that Duke quarterback is getting in Miami?
$8 million or something?
No, the whole package.
What all is it?
Oh,
Jet and everything?
It's more than you realize. Let me tell you. We'll go over that later. Thanks for reminding me of that.
But yeah, I mean, it's so. I think McDermott's job is safe because you don't want to be. It's kind of like what we talked about last year in college football. Do you want to be hiring a coach when there's 40 jobs open?
No, but you'd be the best job. So
I think you're right. That might get Mike Tomlin out of TV.
yeah, for real. I mean,
But yeah, it's just, and I like Josh Allen. I know a lot of people don't like him
he's a likable
I like
guy.
Josh
around
Allen.
here.
He's a
Some
likable
people, I
guy.
don't like Josh Allen, all this bit, but I like him.
I don't like McDermott, but I
don't really like
think,
McDermott.
I think Josh Allen's a likable person.
And I think the Buffalo fans, I was up there at the game this year. The place very much reminds me of Arrowhead. Same type of folks.
I don't
you
know. I don't know about that, Todd.
It's just my one
Similar.
time setting in the stands.
I,
The city's not some big city that people.
there's not a bunch of idiots jumping through tables out of Arrowhead.
Oh, there are.
No, no. That's a whole different breed in Buffalo.
Well, there's probably not 1,000 people doing that either. We see it. What's on TV. I'm talking about sitting in the crowd, talking to these people around me.
I get your
They
point.
were salty
They're
with
similar.
those people, watching their
They're
team. They
similar.
love their team, and they just. I'm telling you, going to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and losing them, I guess was better than what they've been this last 7 years. I don't know, but they have had some tough luck and poor decisions on their own part that have not gotten themselves through. So I feel a little bit bad for them.
I don't.
I don't feel bad for Broncos fans. I think it's funny that Bo Nix is hurt.
Wow.
I mean, it's not some
Okay.
devastating thing. This guy didn't have a broken back or something. He just can't play.
Oh, you said it. Not me.
I'm not looking for that kind of karma, man.
I was just thinking
In
it.
2015,
I didn't say it, though.
the Hall of Fame quarterback was so bad, they pulled him. Peyton Manning had lost his team. And he got to go out and roll out there with this amazing defense and stumble around to a fairy
Look.
book ending to his career.
I've already seen some people throwing it out there. Well, Stidham's not that big of a drop off from Bo Nix.
He hasn't played.
I will tell you this.
He is.
I've got to be first in line to tell you that I've absolutely underestimated Bo Nix way too many times.
He's a gutsy kid.
Like even that throw that gave him the lead late in the game in the fourth quarter, that was just nails. And the thing about him too is he can hurt you with his legs.
Absolutely.
And he is a way better quarterback than I realized he was. I was dead wrong about him. And so I do think that's a devastating blow for them. Devastating.
Well, just have to put whoever your backup is. He hasn't played.
Right.
Jarrett Stidham's he's a dude. He's been around the league a long time, backing up, playing every once in a
There's
while.
pictures out there. Jarrett Stidham, when he was the quarterback at Auburn, hosting Bo Nix as a transfer.
Hey.
As a recruit.
I'm old enough to remember watching Jarrett Stidham play at Baylor before he left when everything tumbled down. He was on that 2015 Baylor team, and he was a freshman playing for them, and then
You blame him for leaving that?
some things happened.
Right.
Some things happened. I watched Baker Mayfield and Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon and Mark Andrews go down to Waco, win a big game on their way to making the college football playoff and losing. Did you ever do that? Jarrett Stidham was a quarterback.
I tell you,
Did he?
Chase Daniel did a pretty good breakdown of the Caleb Williams interception and why it was DJ Moore's fault. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great pass. They
No.
shouldn't have thrown it, but DJ Moore, I don't think will enjoy if there's a film
the
session.
watch, yeah.
I don't think he'll enjoy this.
Well, he
the
didn't even
breakdowns.
touch him down either. I think Luther
Burton
had to
did,
touch
yeah.
him down.
No, but Chase did a really good job of
The wild thing about all these turnovers and
showing
everything
why.
is, I mean, you could throw a bad pass, and a lot of times these defensive backs can't catch. That was a great catch by that guy too. You know what I mean? There were some amazing catches by defensive backs.
Oh,
this
Cam
weekend.
Curl, the interception?
Yeah.
And did you see how he bobbled it as he was sliding and was able to bring it in? Yeah.
I mean, you're just inches away from all those little things being different, but that's the game, man.
By the way, this will be the 15th straight year that either the Patriots or the Chiefs are playing in the AFC Championship game. 15 straight years, either the Pats or the Chiefs.
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Mm-hmm. And so next year, it'll be Pats versus Chiefs. How about
You
that?
ready for that?
Sure I am. Chiefs will be right back at this. It's just disappointing that they weren't able to take advantage of what we saw on the field this weekend. Because I'll be honest with you, it wasn't really good. You know,
It was exciting,
it's exciting.
not
but
great.
Quarterback play left quite a bit to be desired all the way around.
The one quarterback who played really well won by 35 points because they ran the opening kickoff back, and the Niners are beaten and done. And none of us probably feel like Sam Darnold's going to be that good again next week because he's willing to throw a couple of picks.
Well, just keep handing it off to Kenneth Walker.
Makes it
the
easier,
third.
doesn't it?
We'll be right back after this on WHB. Check out Kansas City Credit Union right now with this great offer for members. 90-day no-pay purchase or refinance offer for auto loans. You could start the new year right with a no payment for 90 days auto loan. Good for either an auto purchase or refinance loan. The refinance must be a loan from another financial institution. So if you're currently car shopping and need a great loan rate, check out Kansas City Credit Union's rates. For more information, visit kansascitycreditunion.com/810sports. Remember, if you work, worship, or reside in Jackson, Cass, or Clay County, Missouri, you are eligible for membership. And right now, you could take advantage of some great deals when looking for a new car. And if you need an auto loan there, or if you're looking to refinance, Kansas City Credit Union can help you now. Visit kansascitycreditunion.com/810sports for more information. And when you talk to somebody from Kansas City Credit Union, tell them Stephen St. John sent you. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We got Pete Sweeney from the Kansas City Star in studio.
Hello.
What are you giggling for?
What are you
there?
giggling for?
I'm happy Pete's here. I didn't expect him to be here.
Pete's happy to be here.
I thought he'd call in today.
No.
No, I'm
You don't call it in.
I'm back.
Pete's back.
Back in a big way.
He's up in here.
Not up in here.
Up in it. He just got off the phone with Sean McDermott, called him.
Did he call you too? He's got the what is that
He's plotting
the
something.
NFL Black Book
Yeah.
where you have
Just
all
call
the
his phone
beat
number.
reporters for
Oh,
every
great,
team.
yeah. The black book. Yeah.
He's halfway through the AFC right now. Just
I don't disagree necessarily with him, but an interesting decision to make. To
Pick
make
the phone up.
has Andy Reid ever called you from the plane to voice his displeasure about a call?
No.
No?
And like
All right.
for whoever you talk to,
doggone it.
like certainly not on the
Bad
record.
call, Pete.
It'd
Bad
be one
call.
thing one good thing if I think he calls the reporter and provides some background. And this is off the record,
Yeah.
but here's how I'm feeling. And maybe trying to nudge or influence an article. Like that type of stuff typically happens. The on the record post game call is very rare.
From the plane.
I can't recall that happening. No.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Things didn't go according to plan with him.
I think it's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It is something, man.
Some sour milk.
Does he need to be
Crumbling.
terrorizing the beat reporter though? after the
Shouldn't
game?
be.
He's got multiple people. You know, that's the thing. It wasn't.
Well, there were several different
Right.
cells he had to call.
But there were different. There's different people that were reporting it. You know, like, hey, Sean McDermott contacted me, but
Yeah.
like then 3-4 different writers. This guy's calling everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, just put me on speaker. Are the guys around? Let's do
Right.
this.
Let's do it again.
Are you guys up there hammered away in the press box?
Could end up blowing up in his face.
Right. I do think that there is a moment where, if you're the ownership, you're going to be like, is this what we want?
Is
in
what
our-
we need.
And this is
Our
like
leader here?
when I didn't
Reeks of
understand.
desperation.
I didn't understand last week when people would present the idea that there was a tremendous amount of pressure on Buffalo to get this done. And I can't figure out the people there's no more pressure on them.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous.
And then you see what the aftermath is. Josh
He was feeling
Allen
it.
crying at the
Yeah.
podium.
Sean McDermott
Sean
calling
McDermott
people?
losing his mind, calling the media from the plane after the game. Deion Dawkins crying when he was told that Josh Allen was crying. You don't have to make
Here's
fun
the
of it,
one
but-
thing that made me happy about the whole thing.
What?
I was rooting for Buffalo, but when I saw the clip of Joey Bosa throwing his helmet, I said, okay, it's all good.
Right.
It's all
But my
good.
point is that you could the pressure and them reporting, hey, we've seen them
they were feeling
upset in the locker room after the games.
They
It
were
was
broken.
Tim Graham's. This is the worst it's ever been. Never seen a locker room like this. They knew it. They knew that their path was paved,
Think they're looking forward to OTAs right now.
and they just ran off the road.
Yeah, I think what you saw in Josh Allen is just he's starting to realize like this is his legacy being solidified as just a guy very, very talented that can't get it done. Just can't do it. I mean, how many more instances do you need? It's a shame.
Well,
but
he'll get more chances because they're talented enough. They'll go to the playoffs again, but that's as bad as it's been for him. Because he has played great in a lot of playoff losses.
especially when you're in the AFC right now.
This was
like,
not one of those.
Like we're going to a conference championship Sunday where the AFC is so very clearly the children's table.
But the thing with what's different now for Buffalo and for Josh Allen, you guys said he'll get more chances. Sure, he will. But going into the season, they'll just win the division again. Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore moving forward.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be a
calculus has
dogfight every year
changed.
to even win
Yeah.
their division. Same for the Chiefs.
Same for the Chiefs.
But now it's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There was one thing where every year, they're going to win the division. Let's see if they get the one seed.
They
or will
lost
they
that
beat the
first
two.
game to the Patriots. I was like, well, hold on now.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHP.